everyone, welcome to day 22 of my 6th annual SLAP challenge. SLAP, S-L-A-P, stands for squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. We are doing 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of an ab exercise, and 40 push-ups a day every single day except Sundays for 40 days, and this is day 22. If you have not joined the challenge yet, it is not too late to join. It's never too late to join. Of course, you do not have to join the challenge if you just want to do this workout with me today. That is fantastic. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. If you would like to join the challenge, you can start today. You can join on day 22 and just do days 22 through 40 of the challenge. That's fine with me. If you want to start on day 1, that's even better. So there is a playlist for this challenge that contains all of the workouts in chronological order. It is super easy to follow along. I am going to link the playlist up here on the iCard. It will also be linked in the description box down below the video. I will link it at the very end of the video as well, just to make sure that you cannot miss it. If you are unfamiliar with what the challenge is, how it works, where to begin, how you can participate, why we're doing it, I want you to save the playlist and then watch the day 1 video. The video that I shared on day 1 of the challenge will answer all of your questions. So if you're curious about the challenge, you're not sure if you want to join, you want to learn a little more first, watch that day 1 video. If you are an absolute beginner, I am specifically gearing the challenge towards beginners this year. So if you think you can't do squats, lunges, abs, or push-ups, and you think you can't do the challenge, yes, you can. So watch that day 1 video. You'll learn all about what the challenge is, how it works, why we're doing it. You will also see the correct form for how to do squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. And you will also be provided with tons of beginner modifications that I promise you can absolutely do. So then once you've watched the video, if you decide you want to join the challenge, again, you can start today, that's fine. You can start tomorrow, you can start next week. If you're doing it, it's your challenge. So do it in a way that works for you. But if you do want to start the challenge on day 1, you're going to first save the playlist. Second, watch the day 1 video so you understand what the challenge is, how it works, why we're doing it, how you can participate, and where to begin. And then number 3, when you're ready to start with that day 1 workout, just make sure that you start with your day 1 workout on a Wednesday. Any random Wednesday will work. But as long as you start with day 1 of the challenge on a Wednesday, then all you have to do is just follow along with the playlist and everything will fall into place, okay? If you are not a beginner, then the workouts that we're doing this year for the challenge might not be advanced enough for you. So you might want to follow along with last year's playlist. Last year was my 5th year in a row doing the challenge. And I made a playlist last year as well for the challenge. I will link that playlist up here in the iCard. It will also be linked in the description box down below the video. It will be linked at the very end of the video as well. So last year, it was the same challenge. We were doing at least 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of an ab exercise, and 40 push-ups a day, every single day except Sundays for 40 days. But the workouts last year were much more intense. They were more challenging. They were generally a lot longer because we were frequently doing more than just those 160 reps. We were also typically doing more challenging variations of squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. We were frequently adding weight to the workouts, and for most of the workouts, I was incorporating about 20 or 30 minutes or so of additional cardio right into the workout. So if that sounds more your speed, then definitely check out last year's playlist. Save both playlists though. Save last year's playlist and save this year's playlist, because even if you are more advanced and you're capable of doing workouts that are much more intense and much more difficult than what we're doing this year for the challenge, these workouts that we're doing this year are still a great option to have. They're much shorter, they're much kind of simpler, and they're easier. They're going to be pretty easy for you if you're in good shape, but they're still great workouts. And if you are in really good shape, you are going to be able to get most of the workouts for that we're doing for the challenge this year complete in under 10 minutes. So we're also really focusing on body weight exercises this year because I'm gearing the challenge towards beginners, so I'm trying not to use any equipment. I'm assuming if you're an absolute beginner that you don't have any equipment. So pretty much all of the workouts this year are body weight only, which means that they're perfect if you're traveling and you don't have access to equipment. And they're just much simpler, so it's just easy to kind of get them done quickly. So if you have absolutely no time, if you only have like 10 minutes, you can easily get most of these workouts complete in under 10 minutes if you're in decent shape. And you can also use a lot of these workouts as a warm-up for a more intense workout, or for like a long run or a long bike ride or a hike or something like that. A lot of these workouts that we're doing this year for the challenge make a great warm-up for something like that. So if you are more advanced, I would recommend that you save both playlists, and then you can kind of just bounce back and forth between the playlists. I am sharing a new workout with you every single day, same way I did last year. So you are more than welcome to just go through the playlist in order. That's how I'm doing it, obviously, but you don't have to. This challenge is very easy to customize. So as long as you are completing those 160 reps every day, you have met your requirement to complete the challenge. So it doesn't matter which workout you choose from which playlist. It doesn't even matter if you do one of these workouts. You can do a different workout that happens to contain at least 40 reps of squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups. You can make up your own workout, or you even can just kind of spread out your reps randomly throughout the day. So you could get up in the morning and do 10 squats, 10 lunges, 10 reps of an ab exercise, and 10 push-ups. And then you can just repeat that 3 more times throughout the day. So you could do it again after lunch, you could do it again after you get home from work, and then once more before bed, and there's your 160 reps. If you do want to do a structured workout and you don't like the workout I'm doing today, but there was a workout that we did last year, or a workout that we did previously for this challenge this year that you loved, you can just repeat that workout, okay? That's fine. Or if you like the workout I'm doing today, but there's just one exercise that's not working for you, like if you can't do the ab exercise I'm doing today, for example, then you can just swap it out with any other ab exercise you want. So it's really easy to customize this challenge and make it your own. It's very flexible. As long as you get your 160 reps done at some point during the day, it doesn't matter how or when you get them done. It doesn't even matter if you do a structured workout. You can just do reps randomly throughout the day. So do it in a way that works for you. Just know that I am here. I am working out with you every single day. So I'm doing the challenge with you, but I'm also here to answer questions. So watch the day 1 video if you're unfamiliar with what the challenge is and how it works and why we're doing it. And then if you have any questions about the challenge itself, or if you need help with beginner modifications beyond what I have already demonstrated and explained in that day 1 video and in pretty much all of the videos that I've made this year so far, I'm right here to help. So please just ask. I am always here to answer questions, to provide guidance and support and encouragement, and to help you find motivation. So just don't hesitate to reach out if anything is unclear about the challenge, if anything's unclear about today's workout, the format, how everything fits together, if you have questions about the exercises, how to do them with the correct form, or if you need any further help with beginner modifications. Anything you need, I'm right here. Now, typically I go through a long tutorial right now, and I explain and demonstrate each exercise individually before we begin, and I provide all of your beginner modifications, and it takes like an hour, but I don't have an hour to do that today. So we're going to have to just pretty much get right into the workout today. I will do my best to kind of just walk you through everything as we are going. It's pretty straightforward. Really, for my squat variation today, I think I'm just gonna do an air squat, and then I'm gonna add a jump tuck. So if the jump tuck is too difficult, you can just do an air squat, or again, you can do any squat variation you want. For my lunges, I'm just doing side lunges, super simple. We've done them before, and I'll walk you through it as we're going. Abs, I'm doing knee hugs. The way I'm getting to the knee hug is a little bit tricky, maybe a little advanced, so you may need to modify, but we'll get to that. For my push-ups, I think I'm doing cross-leg push-ups. We've done these before in the challenge so far as well, so if you're following the challenge, you have seen them. But again, I'll walk you through them as we're going. They're pretty simple, pretty straightforward push-up variation. But if they don't work for you, remember you can substitute with any push-up variation that does work for you. So you can do knee push-ups, you can do wall push-ups, you can do push-ups off your kitchen counter or your dining room table. So just do whatever push-up variation works for you. We're also going to be doing lots of inchworms. So an inchworm just means I have my mat here. I'm going to start towards one end of my mat. I'm going to bend down and put my hands on the mat, and then I'm just going to walk my hands out until I'm in a plank position here. And then we're going to do something. I'm gonna do either a push-up or a knee hug once I'm down in my plank. And then as I walk my hands back in, I'm going to do either a lunge or a squat with a jump tuck, okay? So I'm going to be combining my push-ups and lunges into one inchworm, and I'm going to be combining my knee hug and my squats into another inchworm variation, okay? So we're going to end up doing a total of 80 inchworms on the day. So it's a lot of inchworms. So this workout isn't going to be the fastest because you kind of can't really rush that, but I'll try to keep the pace up as much as I can because again, I'm pretty pressed for time today. So just remember, if you're going to be working out along with the video, to go at your own pace. If you're in any kind of decent shape, you will very likely be faster than I am, and that's great. If you're faster than I am, be faster than I am. Just make sure you're not sacrificing your form to get there. It's really important that you mind your form so that you reduce your risk of injury, and just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. So if you find that you're kind of racing through, either because you're trying to like beat me, or you're just trying to go really fast for the sake of going really fast so you can say you got a great score, it's fine if you're able to do it really fast without losing anything off of your form. But just make sure that you are not sacrificing your form for speed, okay? If you are slower than I am, fantastic. And I mean fantastic, because how would you even know that you're slower than I am unless you're out here doing the reps? So you're doing the reps, which is fantastic. Go at your own pace. So if you are slower than I am, great. If you fall behind, either because you're working at a slower pace than I am, or because you are getting too fatigued to continue with good form and you need to stop and rest, pause the video, take a rest break. Challenge yourself to keep the rest break as short as you can, but you should rest for as long as you need. Only resume the workout when you feel that you are able to continue with good form. Once you feel that you have enough strength and enough stamina to continue without losing anything off of your form, come back and resume the workout, okay? So I do want you to challenge yourself to keep the rest break as short as you can, but definitely make sure that they're as long as you need. Don't resume the workout until you are capable of doing so with good form. Very important. All right, so I really don't have any time to explain anything else. I will do my best to walk you through the exercises as we are going. Like I said, they're all pretty simple and straightforward today. So let's go ahead and do a quick 5-minute warm-up together, and then we'll go ahead and get our reps done. All right, so when you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm-up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to gently fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest your hand on your head. So you're not actively pulling your ear towards your shoulder. You're resting your hand on your head and letting gravity do the work of just gently stretching the other side of your neck. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So let go with your hand. Allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder, and then place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure both of your shoulders are relaxed. So if this shoulder's creeping up, push it down. Next, we're gonna do some head rolls or neck rolls, whatever you call them. So start by letting your chin fall to your chest and then roll it to the other side and back. And with each roll, start to feel your head get heavier and heavier. Make sure your arms are nice and loose, like a rag doll, and you're increasing your range of motion as that head gets heavier and heavier. And now we're gonna do some shoulder rolls. So just rolling the shoulders back, really exaggerate this movement. Make the circles as big as you can. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms straight out to the side and just start making small circles. But gradually, as the interval progresses, you can start making your circles bigger and bigger and bigger until finally you are exploring your full range of motion. Make those circles as big as you possibly can. Now you're gonna step your feet wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees, kind of sweep your hands down in front of you. And then as you straighten the legs, reach the arms up overhead. And each time you bend the knees, I want you to start sinking just a little deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet wide apart. We're gonna lunge side to side, nice and easy. And then add the arms. So with each lunge, you're going to reach across your body. Imagine trying to throw your arm across the room. Now we're gonna step our feet into the center and march. So step the feet in, march, starting with your knees low, and then gradually, as the interval progresses, you can start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest, until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest, feeling a little stretch in your glutes. Now the same thing with a jog, so start with a nice light jog, and then little by little, as the interval progresses, start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest. Next is our little booty kicks. So it's still a nice light jog, but now you are, with each step, bringing your foot up behind you, trying to kick yourself in the booty with your heel. Now for this next one, you might need to hold on to the wall or a chair for support. If not, you can just have your hands on your hips. You're gonna transfer your weight into one foot. Pick up the other foot and just swing the leg. Swing it to the front, swing it to the back, nice and loose. Now switching sides. So put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just start swinging the leg in front of you, swing it behind you. Next, we're gonna start really opening up our hip flexors. So you're gonna put this foot down on the floor or the ground in front of you and draw a little semicircle around and behind you. And each time you draw that semicircle, start lifting that leg a little higher, until finally you can drive the knee up in front of you and kind of guide it around with your hand. Other side. So extend the leg out in front of you, draw a little semicircle around into the back, lifting that leg a little higher with each semicircle. And then finally, you can drive the knee up in front of you, guide it around with your hand. Finally, our hamstring stretch. So again, if you have a chair, you can use the chair to assist you getting into this stretch, or you can just hold on to a wall. But your legs are more or less straight. It's okay to have just a soft bend in your knees. But we're trying to keep our back flat because that is going to enable us to really isolate this hamstring muscle. So that's why I say it's easier to get into that stretch with a flat back if you use the wall or a chair. There's nothing wrong with letting your back round and stretching this way, but if you keep your back as flat as you can, you're really going to feel that stretch of your hamstrings intensify. And since we're only here for a few seconds, I really want to maximize the effectiveness of this stretch. So our 5-minute warm-up is over, but you guys know I always like to spend a few extra seconds in that hamstring stretch just to make sure I'm nice and loose and ready to go. All right, so now our muscles are nice and warm. Let's go ahead and get these reps done. We are starting with push-ups. Let's just get the push-ups out of the way first thing, okay? So when you're ready, I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're going to inchworm out. And then any push-up variation you want to do is fine. So you can put your knees down here for a push-up if you want. I'm going to take one ankle and cross it over the other ankle and do a cross-leg push-up. And then I'm going to step the foot back, inchworm my way back up. And now I'm going to do a side lunge to the same side. So my feet were crossed on this side. For my push-up, I'm going to lunge to this side. Okay, we'll alternate sides with each rep. So that's 1. So now I'm going to inchworm out, and I'm going to do my cross-leg push-up towards the other side. So crossing my ankles on the opposite side of the mat. Push up, step the feet back, inchworm in, and stand. And now a side lunge to this side. So stepping out, pushing the booty back, keeping my back flat and the weight of my heel. So I'm lifting my chest high. Weight is in the heel of my lunging foot. Make sure you're not rounding your back. Then press the ground away to stand. That's 2. So inchworm. Make sure you're minding your form for the push-up as well, so don't sink into your shoulders. Press the ground away. Head stays in line with your spine. Don't let your head bob up and down. Abs are nice and tight. Hips are lifted high. Your back is flat. You're not allowing your hips or your belly to arch down towards the mat like this. Okay? So, body in one straight line from the heels to the shoulders. Bend the elbows. Lower your chest as close to the mat as you can. Push yourself back up. Step the feet back. Inchworm back in. Side lunge to the same side your feet were crossed on for the push-up, and step it back. That's 3. Inchworm. Push up. Inchworm back in. Lunge to the side. That's 4. So let's go ahead and just bust out all 40 push-ups and 40 lunges, all right? We've done 4, we have 36 left to go. Just do your best. That's 10. Now, there are a couple of different ways to approach this. If you want to get this workout done quicker, but keep the same basic format, you could do 1 push-up to each side with each rep, and then 1 lunge to each side with each rep. It'll make it go a little bit quicker. You could also do sets of 10, then move on to our next inchworm variation, which is going to cover abs and squats, and then just complete that a total of 4 times, either in one workout or throughout the day. So remember, you can play with the format, modify it, customize it, make whatever adjustments you need to make. I'm going to repeat that another 3 times. That's going to be my push-ups and my lunges, and then I'm going to do essentially the same thing with my squats and my abs. So I'm picking up my count at 10. I'm going to continue with just 1 push-up, 1 inchworm, and 1 lunge for each set. All right, so that's 11. And 12. Okay, so do it in a way that works for you. So that's 20. If you need a break from push-ups, again, you can move on to abs and squats. Do 20 reps of that and then repeat it. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to do exactly what I'm doing. That's 30 for me. You just have to do 10 more. push-ups from your toes, but you're getting fatigued doing all 40 of these in a row, you can always start putting your knees down for the push-ups. You can start elevating your hands for the push-ups on some sort of strong, sturdy, stable surface. You can shorten up your range of motion on the push-ups, okay? Whatever you need to do to make it manageable for you is what you should do. For me, just 5 left. We got this. Although, now seems like a good time to tell you our abs and squats are going to be really tough today. But it's all right. We can do it. Tough, you can modify. It's 37 for me. That's 38, just 2 more. Last one. So that's my 40th push-up, my 40th inchworm, and my 40th lunge. All right, so push-ups and lunges are done. That's our P and our L. Now we need to do our S and our A. So the modifications or the variation that I'm doing is going to be super tough. It's going to kill me. I'm definitely going to need to break these up into at least sets of 10. But this is what I'm going to do. So even though I'm going to do my squat last, I'm going to show you the squat first. So start by tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Your shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high. Tighten up your abs. Push your booty back, like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. Remember, your chest is lifted nice and high, so at the same time you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, you're thinking about trying to touch the wall in front of you with your chest. So from this position, keeping your back flat, don't allow your back to round, shoulders back and down, chest is high, abs are tight, booty's back, back is flat, waves in the heels, I can actually pick up my toes. From this position is where you want to sink down into your squat. Then press the ground away to stand. I'm going to be adding a jump tuck because I don't know why. I woke up not completely miserable this morning, so I had to find a way to make myself miserable. I don't know. But you don't have to do the jump tuck if you don't want. You can just do a jump up, or you can just do an air squat with no jump. Keep it completely impact-free, whatever you want. You can add a leg lift or a kick, okay, or an oblique twist, drive the knee up, something like that. Whatever you want. I'm going to drive both knees up towards my chest as high as I can at the same time. And then make sure you're landing softly on the balls of your feet. So you don't want to come down flat-footed, you don't want to come down on your heel. You want your weight back in your heel as you do the squat, but then you're going to jump up, and as you land, you want to land first on the balls of your feet. Nice controlled soft landing, protect your knees. Okay, so now for the fun part. For my abs, I'm just gonna do a knee hug, but the way I'm getting there is a little tricky and a little advanced. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna inchworm out, and then from this position, I'm going to jump my feet in towards my hands. Pick up my hands, I'm gonna roll back, extend the arms up overhead, extend the legs straight. And then I'm going to hug my knees into my chest like this. So bend the legs, sit up, place my hands on the knees and hug them into my chest. Then I'm going to extend the arms and extend the legs again to create some momentum. I'm now going to bend the knees again, and I'm going to sit up, and this time I'm going to throw my weight forward. So the key here is to really commit, really throw your weight forward. And the other thing you want to make sure of is that you're not putting your feet down too far from you. You want to bring your feet in as close to your booty as you can. Get your feet on the mat as close to your booty as you can. So really bring those feet in as you send your weight forward, and then your hands are going to end up back down here on the mat. You're going to jump your feet back out into a plank position and then inchworm back in. It's a little bit difficult, well, it's a lot of bit difficult to demonstrate in slow motion. So let me show you one. So inchworm out, jump the feet in, pick up the hands, knee hug, and now I'm going to bend the knees, place the feet down on the mat as close into my booty as I can, throw my weight forward so that my hands end up on the mat, and then just jump the feet back out into a plank position, inchworm. And then I'm going to do my squat plus a jump tuck, okay? It's going to be fun. So that's what we're doing. Hope you enjoyed your nice long rest while I snuck in a quick tutorial for the second half of the workout. If you need to rest longer, pause the video, get a sip of water, towel off. Once you feel that you are ready to attack this tough combo with good form, let's go ahead and get started. So, inchworm out, jump or step the feet in, knee hug. Now, hands come forward, jump your feet back into a plank position. Inchworm back up, squat, and jump tuck. Land softly on the balls of your feet. That's one. One down, 39 to go. Let's do this. Okay, that's 10. So, again, you can eliminate the jump tuck and just do an air squat or any other squat variation you want. If you need an impact-free modification for the abs, I'm jumping my feet in, but you can step them in, okay? You can put your hands down to assist you, and then do your knee hug, and then you can either use your hands to assist you to get back into your plank position, or if you want it to flow a little better after your knee hug, you might be able to just kind of roll over and come back this way and just alternate which direction you're moving for each rep. So whatever changes and modifications you need to make it work for you. You can absolutely make this impact-free very easily by stepping the feet in and out instead of jumping them in and out, by using your hands to assist you. So do whatever you have to do. That's 10 for me. I'm gonna get started on my next 10. So when you're ready, here we go. Pretty sure that was 20. But I also feel like I might have lost count and skipped one, so I'm gonna do one more just to make sure. All right, so that was at least 20 for me. Might have been 21, but once I get that thought in my head that I might have missed a rep, I will not be able to get rid of it until I scratch that itch on my brain by doing another rep. So that might have been 21 for me, I don't know, but I'm counting it as 20. I'd rather know at the end of the workout that there's a possibility I may have done an extra rep than to be wondering if I shorted myself one rep. Okay, so we're halfway done with these. You didn't think I could make you miss push-ups, did you? Oh, but I can. I'd so much rather be doing push-ups than this. But we're halfway there. Let me tackle another set of 10. When you're ready, here we go. If you need to rest longer, pause the video. Come back when you're ready to continue with good form. I'm picking up my count at 30. And I'm gonna try to get through another set of 10 without stopping if I can. Without sacrificing my form, of course. That's 30. I know these are so tough. If you started out doing the jump tucks, remember, you can downgrade. You can switch to a jump up. You can switch to a calf raise, or a knee up, or a kick, okay? Or nothing. You can just do an air squat. If you started doing the abs the way I'm doing them, you can switch tactics, step the feet in and out, use your hands for support. All right, you don't have to stick with the same thing if it's getting too fatiguing. I'm gonna keep going. I just have 10 left to go. Let's push. We're already at 30 minutes. So it's a good thing I didn't do like an hour-long tutorial today. All right, here we go. Picking up my count at 31. Rest longer if you need to. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that you're getting the reps done and you're doing them with good form. So if you need to rest longer, pause the video. Come back when you're ready to continue with good form. I just have 5 more to go. My jump tucks are starting to get a little anemic. Can't drive my knees up as high as I was in the beginning, but just do your best. The point is to drive them up as high as you can. As you fatigue, then that's not gonna look necessarily like what it looked like for your first 10 reps or so. Just continue to give it your all with each rep. It's all you can do. Your best is always good enough. So if that's the highest I can drive my knees at this point in the workout, then that's what I'm gonna do. And now I'm chit-chatting, I lost track of my reps again. I know that was at least 47. Pretty sure. Let's do 3 more and then I'll probably start second guessing it and do 1 more just to make sure. So I think I'm calling this 48 for now. I'll probably end up doing another one after I hit 50. Unzip my lips so I can keep track of my count. And stop distracting you if you're trying to count your own reps. I'm just giddy because it's almost over. So I'm gonna say that's 49. Okay, so again, that may have been 51. It also may have been 52 because after my first 20 reps, I think it was, I wasn't sure if I had lost count, so I did what may have been an extra one. And I think I may have just done that now, so I'm pretty confident that was at least 50 reps. Might have been 51 or 52 reps, but it took me almost 34 minutes to get this done today. This was a long, tough workout. So nicely done. My official score, including what might be those extra reps, is 33:54. So either way, it definitely took me over half an hour today. So nice job if you hung in there with me and did all those reps. That was super tough. But again, remember, you can always split it up throughout the day. You can split the whole thing in half and do it once early in the day, once later in the day. You can do 10 sets of each combo, 4 times throughout the day, okay, whatever works for you. But if you just did that with me, nice job, that was tough. So make sure now that you get up and move around a little bit. You want to keep your blood flowing, kind of keep the circulation going while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit and while you allow your breathing to normalize. So you don't have to do a structured cool down. I always just kind of pace around, swing out the arms a little bit, shake out the legs, do a quick shoulder stretch, stretch the triceps, do a quad stretch, okay? Just keep moving while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit. When you feel that you are ready, let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together. Our 160 reps are done. Really, you guys, today we did 160 reps plus 80 inchworms. So amazing job. What is that, 240 reps? So really nice work today. We are not quite finished yet. We have to do just one more rep, okay? The bonus burpee is mandatory. It is part of the challenge. You must do a bonus burpee after each and every workout. You do not have to include a push-up with your bonus burpee. There are plenty of burpee variations that do not include a push-up, so choose one of those. I always like to include a push-up with my bonus burpee, but you have to do a bonus burpee. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee, but especially during this challenge. All right, the bonus burpee is that final slap across Brutus's face. It's gonna shut him up for the rest of the day. So if you are a beginner, let me walk you through how to do a beginner bonus burpee. You're going to start by standing in the middle of your mat. You're going to bend down and place your hands on the mat in front of you. And then you're going to step your feet back so that you are in a plank position. Put your knees down for a push-up if you want to include a push-up. If not, you can eliminate the push-up. Then step your feet back in and stand. Come up onto your toes if you can. And if you want, you can add a little jump. If you are not a beginner and you would like to try to do the push-up from your toes, let's go ahead and do one final bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you are ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete, nicely done, and now it's really important that you are taking a good 15 or 20 minutes to stretch. More if you can manage, but at least 15 or 20 minutes. Right now, immediately after the workout is the best time to get your stretching done if you can, because your muscles are already nice and warm. If you do not have time to stretch right now, that's fine. You can do it later on in the day. Just remember that if you wait until later in the day to do your stretching, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you will need to take a few minutes to warm your muscles back up before you jump into your stretching routine. The same way we warm up before the workout, you also want to make sure you're not jumping into your stretching routine with cold muscles. Taking a few minutes to warm up your muscles is going to help them to become more pliable. You will be less susceptible to overstretching or pulling or straining a muscle during your stretching routine. So right now, your muscles are already nice and warm from the workout, so this is going to be the most efficient and the most effective time to do your stretching. But it doesn't matter when you do your stretching as long as you get it done and as long as you make sure that your muscles are warm before you begin stretching. Taking the time to stretch every day, though, is really important, so just don't skip your stretching. It's going to help to alleviate muscle soreness. It's also going to help prevent injuries moving forward, and it's going to improve your flexibility and your mobility, which is very important, especially as we age. So make sure that you are taking time to stretch every day. If you need a stretching routine, you can just go on YouTube and search for a stretching routine. If you're a beginner, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to stretch, search for beginner stretching routine. There's going to be tons of options. If your muscles are super tight and you need a stretching routine that's geared towards really inflexible people, do a search for stretching routines for inflexible people. There's going to be tons of great options. Pick one that looks good to you. If you're interested in the stretching routine that I do every day, I'm more than happy to share that link with you, so please just ask. Before I do my stretching, I have just enough time to squeeze in a 20-minute cardio session with my jump rope. I'm going to be doing 20 minutes of interval jump rope. That's why I'm holding Victoria. Victoria is my beautiful silver jump rope with these pretty light pink metallic handles. So if you are wondering where I got this jump rope, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link, use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. A jump rope is a great investment. Definitely in my top 5 of things that I think you should invest in if you are trying to get in shape, lose weight, improve your stamina, improve your cardiovascular health, strengthen your heart and your lungs. If you're looking to start doing these workouts regularly, or if you're looking to do other workouts regularly and you want to include cardio, jump rope to me is just the easiest. Jump ropes are generally very affordable. They're lightweight, they're portable. You can take them anywhere. So if you want to take your workout to the park or something, you can bring your jump rope. If you're traveling, you can bring your jump rope. So I find that this is pretty much my go-to every single day is jump rope. So I am going to reset my timer for 40 rounds of 10-second rest intervals and 20-second work intervals. That's 20 minutes. I'm going to play some music, I'm gonna get my cardio done, 20 minutes, then I'll do my stretching, have a shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of this very busy day. So any type of moderate paced cardio you want to do is absolutely fine. 9 times out of 10, it's jump rope for me, but sometimes I might decide to go for a run or hop on the exercise bike for 30 minutes. When I have time, I'll go for a hike. So, you know, if you have a bike, you can go for a bike ride, you can go for a jog, or even just a brisk walk. If you are lucky enough to live by hiking trails, you can go for a hike. That's a great option. If you have a heavy bag, either at home, part of your home gym, or if you have a gym membership and you have access to a heavy bag, that's another great option. Or if you have access to something like a treadmill or an elliptical or an exercise bike, something like that, you can hop on one of those for 30 minutes or so. It doesn't matter how you get your cardio done, but 20 to 30 minutes of cardio when you can is very strongly recommended. It is not technically part of the challenge. It's not mandatory. I'm just sharing it with you because every year when I do the challenge, this is how I do it. After every single workout, I like to add on 20 or 30 minutes at least of additional moderate paced cardio. So I do that just because I'm trying to use this challenge to get myself back in shape. I had to take I didn't have to, but I did take a few months off from my daily workouts. I got really out of shape. I lost a ton of strength. I gained weight. And so I'm wanting to get myself back in shape. I want to lose weight. I want to improve my stamina, and I want to strengthen my heart and my lungs. So the additional cardio goes a long way towards helping me to accelerate that process. That means that I can see results faster, and that encourages me to keep going. And so the motivation is easier to come by, and since I'm getting stronger and improving my stamina and my endurance, the workouts themselves are easier. So it creates kind of a snowball effect. If you cannot do a cardio session after every single workout, I absolutely understand that. We're working out 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday of every week. So that means I'm doing 6 cardio sessions a week, and you may not be able to do that. You either may not physically be able to do that, or you might not have the time to do it. So again, it's not mandatory. I'm just telling you all of this because this is the way I do the challenge. So I want to be completely transparent. I want to be upfront about the fact that I'm not just doing these 160 reps every day. I am relying on these reps solely for my strength training, but I'm adding cardio. So each workout for me is my 160 reps plus at least 20 to 30 minutes of additional moderate paced cardio. So if you can even just squeeze in 2 or 3 cardio sessions a week, again, it's not mandatory. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just suggesting it because if you are also using this challenge to try to get yourself in shape, lose weight, improve your stamina and your endurance, strengthen your heart and your lungs, the additional cardio is going to accelerate that process for you. You are going to start to see results faster. And once you see the changes happening in your body, once you see yourself getting stronger and you see the weight coming off and you see that you're looking better in your clothes and you see that your endurance is improving, you have more stamina, once you see the results of all your hard work, it really is going to encourage you to want to keep going because you see that what you're doing is working. So once you feel encouraged to keep at it, that is going to make the motivation easier to come by. It's going to be easier to motivate yourself every day to get up and get dressed and get out here and do these reps with me. And the workouts themselves are going to start to become easier because you are going to be stronger and you're going to have better stamina, better endurance. So I just think that you're going to be a lot happier with your results at the end of the challenge if you can find time. After every workout is great if you can, but if you can find 2 or 3 days a week to do a cardio session. Any kind of moderate paced cardio you want to do will work. It doesn't have to be more than 20 or 30 minutes. And again, the additional cardio is not required. It is not mandatory. It is not officially, technically part of the challenge, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it is strongly recommended. But whether or not you are doing cardio today, our 161 reps are complete. We have done our 40 squats, 40 lunges, 40 reps of abs, 40 push-ups, and 1 bonus burpee, plus 80 inchworms. Amazing job. So you guys, that is officially a wrap on day 22. Can you believe it? If you did this workout with me today, thank you very much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to everyone who's doing the challenge with me. Every week I've had new people joining the challenge. The more the merrier. So if you haven't joined yet, you can start today. That's absolutely fine. You can jump in and start on day 22. If you prefer to go back to the beginning and start on day 1, that is fantastic. Just remember to save the playlist. Watch that day 1 video so that you know what the challenge is, how it works, where to begin, and how you are going to do the challenge. Because remember, if you're the one doing the challenge, then it's your challenge. So you're going to do it in whatever way works for you. But if you decide you want to start on day 1, just remember to start with your day 1 workout on a Wednesday, any random Wednesday. As long as you start with day 1 on a Wednesday, all you have to do is follow along with the playlist and everything will fall into place. I've made it super easy to follow along, but of course, if you have any questions about the challenge, what exactly is the challenge? How does it work? Why are we doing it? Where do I begin? How can I participate? Who's Brutus? All right, if you have questions about how to do squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups with the correct form, or if you think you can't do this challenge because you think you can't do squats, lunges, abs, and push-ups, yes, you can. Ask me how. Remember, I am here doing the challenge right along with you, working out with you every single day, but I am also here to help. So I can answer questions, I can provide guidance, I can help to motivate you and encourage and support you. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or if you need help. Same thing goes for today's workout. I know I didn't have time to do a nice long tutorial like I usually do. So if you have any questions about today's workout, if you have questions about the format and how everything fits together, if you have questions about how you can tweak the format because the format I did today isn't going to work for you and you need help to make adjustments or modifications, if you have questions about any of the specific exercises that we were doing for today's workout, any doubts about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with beginner modifications, I'm right here to help, so please just ask. I also need to say very quickly before I say goodbye, I have to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I don't know why, but lately I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, a lot for me, like a lot more than I normally get. So I don't know why, I'm not gonna question it, but I'm just grateful for it. It makes me really happy. So if you are one of those new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. And you guys, we just made it through our third full week of the challenge, which is just amazing. We are more than halfway through. Tomorrow we rest. Sundays are our rest days for this challenge. So tomorrow for your rest day, you can absolutely rest and do nothing at all, and that is fine. You are not required to do anything at all on Sundays. However, a big part of the reason we're doing this challenge is to establish a habit of daily exercise. So if you want to kind of stack the deck in your favor so that by the end of this challenge you will have established that habit, it is not a bad idea to do something. Not a structured workout. You don't have to do a single squat, lunge, ab, or push up, but a nice brisk walk would be a great idea. Or a long leisurely walk, a nice long stretching session, maybe a hike or a bike ride or a swim. If there's some other kind of activity you enjoy, like tennis or something, you play some tennis, or take the dog for an extra long walk, some kind of activity. So I always call it an active rest day, so that you're not doing a structured workout, but you're moving. So this is going to help you to establish that habit of daily exercise. It is also going to help to alleviate muscle soreness. If you are still experiencing muscle soreness, the best thing you can do is get up and move a little bit. So a cardio session would be a great option if you have time on your rest day. That's a great time to sneak in a quick cardio session. Again, it doesn't have to be more than 20-30 minutes. And it can be something you enjoy. It can be, like I said, a nice long walk with the dog, or a hike, or a bike ride, or something like that, or a few sets of tennis. I usually do an extra long stretching routine for my active Sunday rest day, so that's another possibility. You don't have to do anything, but I'm just sharing that with you because I recommend moving a little bit, even though it's your rest day, just to kind of maintain that habit of daily exercise, keep your muscles loose and everything. So let me know what you plan to do for your rest day tomorrow. And if you just want to bed rot, I don't care, all right? You do you. But I'm gonna probably just do a nice long stretching routine tomorrow. But that is going to do it for today. Enjoy your rest day tomorrow, and I will see you all right back here on Monday for day 23. Bye.